Listen, all this anonymous stuff is getting out of hand. But it's amazing how everybody's anonymous and comes up with all this stuff when it comes to the black athlete, black coaches. It's just amazing to me. They don't run out of ethnicity, amenity, or whatever. So everybody's anonymous. Oh man. So now the most recent anonymous comment is from an NBA scout from the Athletic. And it's amazing. Anybody could be an anonymous. It's like the movie Vice. Anybody want to be an anonymous source? And that's what we face with here. People wanting to be an anonymous source. Who wants to be that right now? Just sign on up. So, an anonymous scout on Magic Johnson. Of course, it's always against Magic. Saying the worst thing in this league is to be a team that has an aged superstar that doesn't know it. Plus, who is going to coach that team? Doc is out. Ty Lue almost had a heart attack coaching LeBron the first time. Jason Kidd held back the Milwaukee Bucks. Can you believe that? And the absurdity goes on. And Mark Jackson stood between the Warriors in their dynasty. I like their young pieces, and they should have kept rebuilding. Magic has destroyed that place. First off, the alarming part is that this person is an NBA scout. Like, what is that? Do you work for the NBA? Because that is very damaging and it's very degrading. Now, about LeBron James, you are absolutely correct. You weren't wrong there. He's an age superstar, but they build around him because the NBA has marketed so much money into him. How much promotion goes into LeBron James? It's 24 hours a day, 365. The league promotes him. Now they're toning it down because it's time to move on. That's what you do. They did it from Michael, they did it from Kobe, and it's going to happen to LeBron. In the end, no one's bigger than the game. Now, what else do we have here? They single out Magic Johnson, a man who says, "Don't judge me on the first year, judge me on the second year. And if we're not where we're supposed to be, I don't think I'm gonna stay 4 years. I'll leave." And that's what you guys don't understand. Magic don't need to be here. If you think Magic Johnson is sitting back making all the decisions, then you're a fool. Magic is to be the face of this. He's Lakers history, dynasty. When the things are going great and they're getting all these big guys over, they want Magic to be the face of it so they could sell it. Magic ain't the guy that's going to pull these buttons and these strings. They got to get rid of these contracts before Magic can even show up. Nobody says a word. None of these anonymous scouts said a word about the Los Angeles Lakers signing Moscow to all this money and the Luol Deng contract, who they're still paying, by the way. He's on another team, doubling down. The Los Angeles Lakers still got him on the books. Two of the worst contracts in NBA history was signed by the other GM, but no anonymous scout for this. They come out and bash Magic in 1 year, has brought the attendance level back up by bringing in LeBron. They made their money. They didn't lose a dime. They didn't make it to the playoffs with LeBron this year. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, with the team that they had, they were like, they tried. They tried to get Anthony Davis. It just didn't go their way. They're trying to get Anthony Davis on the team. Is that a bad thing? No. Did they make some mistakes along the way? Absolutely. But D'Angelo Russell wasn't one of those mistakes. You had to move him. Based on the chemistry for the team, you had to move D'Angelo Russell. It was going to happen. Moving Brook Lopez and Randall, if you're going to get LeBron, moving Randall was required. You could not have LeBron and Randall on the same team. Had they been more successful keeping that lineup and getting Anthony Davis on the team, absolutely they would have been more successful. But no one would have been talking about them. So bringing LeBron over to the Lakers was for them to have the superstar of the league on the team. They don't care what age he was. He's the guy that still gets the headlines. He's the guy the NBA writes about in Pampers. Having him in a Laker uniform works out for their bottom line. So it was more a business decision than it was a basketball decision. Then you look at what they targeted in the situation. Okay? I judge LeBron James because I knew what he was going to bring to the table. The things that the Lakers did not know. They heard about, but they did not know he was going to bring to the Los Angeles Lakers. They thought, okay, once he gets to a winning franchise, he's going to, regress all that. No, he wasn't. Pat Riley warned Magic. So Magic already knew what he was dealing with LeBron. Magic thought, in his hubris, that LeBron, he sat down with LeBron, oh no, we got it worked out here. He ain't going to be that way. He got there and he was that way. The same way Pat Riley said, I told you, son. I was never going to steer you the wrong way. You dealing with a guy who think he's bigger than the league. And if you don't pull the reins back, this is going to get out of hand. And LeBron single-handedly torpedoed this team that they have with the young nucleus. He single-handedly did all these things. Bringing him over. His bad team chemistry. It's all about him. And then the team is secondary. Because he already know the plans was to move all those guys. To get in some veteran talent. Now you're moving and walking back the things that you were talking about doing. Lonzo Ball was originally one of the only guys that was going to stay. Then the plan went, we going to move Lonzo too. So everything started to materialize and change, but you knew Julius Randle was going to play well for New Orleans. D'Angelo Russell is free to play any kind of way in Brooklyn. He wasn't going to be able to play like that with LeBron. So those two players would not have been able to fit with LeBron's style of play. Then you have Brook Lopez. He would have fit perfectly in what LeBron wants. You got a versatile 5 big man who could shoot the 3. He would have fit perfect for LeBron's plans. That didn't work. Now, you went into an offseason in which the guys you thought was going to play with LeBron and help alleviate all the things that they thought they were going to have Paul George. And then that changed. Paul George knew a year in advance LeBron was going to the Lakers. And he was going to be playing alongside LeBron James. So once that backtracked, it became a whole new thing. So they had to go back to the drawing board. They had players that was supposed to come play with them that didn't. So that became another problem. Every time they had a player that was going to come to the Lakers, guys changed their mind. Paul George changed his mind and said, I'm going to stay right where I'm at. That seems like a toxic situation. I don't want to be involved in it. Plus, they like me here. I'm enjoying this fit. Now, take another look at the situation. The report from The Athletic comes out and says, you know, Jason Kidd held back the Milwaukee Bucks. You low down, dirty, smug, whoever this person is, oh my goodness. This is what I'm talking about, fellas. This is what I'll be talking about right here. Jason Kidd built this. He built it. He was the one working with Michael Brogdon to help get him the Rookie of the Year. He was the one helping improve Giannis so he could become the player that he is. He the one that put the Milwaukee Bucks in play. What is you talking about? See, we love to give credit to guys who hadn't earned it. When Jason Kidd was coach of the month, winning all these awards back when the Bucks wasn't nothing, how in the hell was he holding back a team that hadn't even won anything? He's holding back a team. You got Mike Buttenhauer in there, and he was the difference. Buttenhauser was the difference. This was the coach, the head coach of the Atlantic Hawks and the San Antonio Spurs. He was an assistant, and he was a video coordinator with them, right? Buckenhauser was the difference. Why wasn't he the difference in the Atlanta Hawks? Maybe Buttenhauser was holding back the Atlanta Hawks. He was there for 5 years. He just got there in the middle of the season. Well, not the middle, but you know what I mean. Now with him, they're thriving. They weren't gonna thrive under Jason Kidd. It disgusts me. When he got to the Atlanta Hawks, they lost in the first round. The next year they won 60 games. The Atlanta Hawks was 16-22. They was first, and they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. The furthest they ever been is with this coach. Then they was second twice, and they lost in the conference finals, winning 48 games. Then they lost, winning 43. Then the next year they hit the wall. They missed the playoffs. They was 24-58 in his final year, his fifth and final year in Atlanta. He was let go. But he was the reason. Mike Budenholzer is a good coach. I don't want to blame him for this. He's a good coach. But he got to have the horses in order to win. Okay? Jason Kidd helped build this team up, work with players, saying this is the guy we need. We need to get him. Middleton and all these guys he had would have been gone. They got rid of Henson, thank God. And they got rid of a lot of guys that Jason Kidd had on the team that basically was on the block to be gone anyway. But he got the worth out of them. You know, he had lazy Greg Monroe on the team. He had to deal with that and get rid of him. But he got production out of guys. He got Giannis to expand his game. Yet he gets no credit for that. Bothers me, man. Bothers me a lot. Then, Mark Jackson. The anonymous source takes a shot at Mark Jackson and says Mark Jackson stood between the Warriors and their dynasty. So you mean to tell me Steve Kerr comes in as head coach and he's the reason for the Golden State Warriors' success? See, this is what I'm talking about. I get so sick and tired of people coming in with all these narratives. Do you know that Luke Walton would have won an NBA championship with the Golden State Warriors? He got his job winning all those games and built his career to get the Lakers job off of what he did in Golden State when Steve Kerr was out about half the year with his back. I'm trying to figure out what type of coaching experience did he have? He worked for TNT when he retired with Marv Albert as a broadcast analysis. That was it. Then in 2004, I remember he was on a team, a part of a group that tried to buy the Phoenix Suns for $300 million. I remember they brought him in. The Suns brought him in. He was a consultant or something. Then he started. That's when he was doing the broadcast thing forever. In 2010, I remember he stepped down as president and general manager of the Suns. And then he kept that into 2014 when he had to let go that 1% share of the Suns organization. He had to let go that 1% so that he could take over head coaching for the Golden State Warriors. A guy, Steve Kerr, who's had no head coaching experience whatsoever. The Golden State Warriors were already headed here with Mark Jackson. A controversy with Mark Jackson and a so-called remark that he made did not go well with the LBGTC, whatever they call themselves. And because of that, They wanted to remove him fast. And who comes in who was clipping at the heels? Steve Kerr. They hired a guy who had never coached a head coaching job in the NBA. Yet, Mark Jackson stood between the Warriors and their dynasty. Who's calling me right now? Let me take care of this. Thank you. Sorry about that. But Mark has built this team. He's worked on this team. He was one of the reasons that they kept Klay Thompson and let go a proven scorer at the two position and made a trade with Milwaukee and said, you know what? Klay is gonna be that guy. He was raw talent when he came in there. Steph was injury prone. Mark Jackson had to make the call to say, we gonna keep this guy, we gonna develop him. This gonna be the future backcourt. He predicted it. These guys are gonna score. They're gonna be what y'all don't even see yet. He was the one to tell you they're gonna be the best scorers in this league has ever seen. He told you. So all this stuff y'all reaping these benefits and Steve Kerr on the sideline like he's drawing up these plays like he's the reason why. No, he's not the reason why. He is not the reason why. Mark Jackson believed in these guys. He helped instill in them a belief that they belonged in this league. Gave them things on how to improve as a player with Steph and everybody. So when they let Monte Ellis go, they knew Klay, they was attaching themselves to Klay Thompson. And a lot of people thought they were crazy to turn over so quickly for Klay and let Monte Ellis go. But he was never going to grow without that playing time. It was huge for the Warriors' success. But yet it's Mark Jackson's fault. The team was getting better and better and better. They were on their way to where they went. He came along for the ride and basically got Mark Jackson's championship. All those championship banners should have been with Mark Jackson. And he might never tell anybody publicly, but we all know that has to hurt him. So if you like everything you heard here and you want to hear a lot more, don't forget to donate to the page. Mr. Sledge, I did see your donation. Thank you and your mother. Thank everybody who's donated to the page in the past 2 days. You guys have been killing it. You can hit me up on the Cash App, Carcino for Life or Carcino, whichever one you find. And definitely click the link in the description box. I'm out.